the thing about memory is that it's not there to provide an accurate, objective record of the past, which is in fact impossible because the past is so unbelievably complex. It's more like a navigation tool, which is I went here, I fell into something terrible, and now I need to recalibrate the navigation map that I'm using so that I don't fall into the same hole. And you know, one of the things that people might want to know who are listening is that if you have a memory that's older than about 18 months and it haunts you, and when it comes up involuntarily, it produces a stress reaction, what that means is that as far as your nervous system is concerned, and so as far as your body's concerned, that danger hasn't gone away. And what's happening is an unconscious alarm system that's looking for pitfalls and holes is warning you that the map that you're using is incomplete in a manner that might enable you to fall into the same hole. And so one of the things that people can do that's very useful is if you have memories like that that plague you, is to bring them to mind voluntarily instead of waiting for them to come after you involuntarily, and then to think through what has changed and what might not have, but also to come up with a plan so that if a similar circumstance arose, you'd be in a better position in one way or another to deal with it. There's no other way of getting the memory to go away. Like merely recontemplating it in the same manner over and over won't do it. And allowing it to plague you unconsciously, it'll do that forever until you solve it. It might show up in your dreams, it'll show up in your fantasies, it'll trigger you, so to speak, when you're talking to other people if they happen to discuss a topic that's related to it. And it's because that the narrative is one of failure and defeat. The event was one of failure and defeat. And if there isn't a map to allow you to transcend that, that's functional, then the part of your brain that is concerned with identifying danger is never going to let you go.
Yeah, and I think culturally we've created a pathology of discomfort. And as you just outlined so eloquently, the only way through this is to turn and face it and walk directly through it, right? And if you continue to run from the memories and pathologize and chase the behaviors, you end up with our over-diagnostic approach to everything instead of turning and facing these things and letting your body heal through relationships and other things in your life. Man, we just end up chasing your tail. And you called it out. The more you run, the more your body thinks it's winning. It's getting away from this stuff. So it actually reinforces the anxiety. It reinforces some of these like psychological ailments the further you run from it. The only healing is through it. And in the culture we've created for ourselves says that uncomfortable discomfort is bad and it's to be avoided at all costs. And it's the only path to healing.